Hi, I'm Michael Pauline, and this is episode 1. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but I'm actually in Austin, Texas. I ended up here during quarantine over the last year. I decided to go ahead and start a YouTube channel because I've just been moving around so much, traveling a lot, meeting different people, and I've never really been that great at social media, so I figure if I just start doing some YouTube, then I can kind of update people on what's going on, but also maybe kind of gel like my life and my business and all that stuff together a little bit more. I already kind of work from a computer and travel and things like that already. I work in social media already and help people do that kind of stuff. So I just figured, why not do a little bit more for myself? I mean, I already have my own business. Why not do a little more marketing and talk about myself? I apologize for moving around a little bit. It's actually really cold here in Austin. I didn't think it was going to be like this on my very last day. I've been here for about a year. My lease ends tomorrow, and I'm going to Florida for the next 3 months. I got stuck here during quarantine because I didn't really know where else to go. There was the options between Denver and Austin. California just didn't really seem like a place to be, especially when things started getting kind of weird at the beginning of last year. I think a lot of people had a lot of things to say over the last year. There was a lot of movements, a lot of conversations, a lot of turmoil. Honestly, I wanted to spend a little more time listening, a little more than speaking. I know that they wanted people to speak up, but I don't think everybody is supposed to speak up all the time because then it's just a bunch of noise. We need people listening. We need people taking action as much as anything else. So that's what I was doing. I just wanted to listen and hear what people had to say. But the biggest reason I wanted to start this channel is, honestly, I couldn't believe how many people are personally letting these things affect them. There's a lot of depression. Suicide rates have increased. I think everybody I know is full of some sort of anxiety about the future. And that's kind of where I want to help. I've spent 18 years really working hard on these subjects already. I'm actually kind of finishing a book on the subject of pain and darkness and suffering. I think it's a subject that all of us kind of know pretty well. And for whatever reason, we're scared of it, Pain hurts, and I understand that, and physically it doesn't always feel that great, but we have seen beautiful results come from pain. I think most of us understand that. I think some of the most beautiful things that have happened in our life usually does come from those painful moments. At least that's one of the things I've experienced. It doesn't mean that we need to create those painful moments all the time, but when they come into our lives naturally, how do we handle them? My first 18 years were kind of unique. And I'm not going to super get into that now, but, I grew up in a religious cult, so I kind of felt like I was in a box for a long time. And part of that felt like a darkness. It felt like a form of suffering, not getting to be yourself. So when I got out, that was one of my biggest goals, was to just become a little more myself, figure out who I am, what I needed, what I wanted. For many years, I've been helping businesses and individuals kind of break through like mental roadblocks, spiritual roadblocks, those types of things. And I think a lot of that information should be shared for everybody, and it needs to be accessible to, anybody. When I was really young, one of the first things that I was doing was looking for help and looking for somebody that I could relate to and somebody that was going to be able to maybe just point me in the right direction a little bit. So I figured, what? I've learned a lot of lessons along my journey, and I figured might as well start talking about a little more to share that with some other people. I feel like I wanted to dedicate this episode to the idea of, just pursuing things and doing things without overthinking. That was something that I held on to for a really long time because I can be a huge overthinker, and I know a lot of us can be that way. And so I spent a whole year once just doing first without overthinking, and it was kind of interesting how life didn't turn out that much different. We can't always manipulate things to be perfect in our lives. We have to be able to almost kind of ride it like it's an ocean wave, right? Like if we're on a surfboard, you have to be able to kind of go with the waves as much as possible, because just fighting it is where all of our stress is coming from. And all of this stuff that's happened over the last year or two, it's just another wave, that we have to learn how to ride and not let it crash us over. So I'm here for you guys. I want you to be able to communicate with me anything that it is that you want me to talk about. If you want me to show you around some cities that I'm in or any things that I've got going on, I'd love to. And then when the world opens up, I'm going to visit all of you in other countries. I've been talking about that for so long. I have lots of people I've been communicating with already. I've already visited some other countries already, but I think this will be a good opportunity for me to meet people face to face and see if I can help them out with any of the things that they need. And honestly, it's just kind of creating connection. I hope you guys all have a great year, a great week, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye.